here in my garden, and I started a few weeks ago from scratch. Really, I had lots of weeds in here, and came in here with a big tiller and began to just roughly clean this area out. I'm going to start off with 3 4 by 16 foot raised beds, and had a lot of rocks and roots and sticks and all kind of debris in here to clean out, and trying to rake it out, and what a chore. So what I'm going to show you today is I've devised this neat little system that makes cleaning out these beds very effective. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that to you now. So what I have here is I made this box out of 1x6s, and what I have in here is 1/2-inch screen that I bought at the hardware store. This comes in 2-foot rolls, and I made this one roughly, it's about 5 feet long. I made this one roughly 2.5 feet, and I took this scrap wood I had and screwed it together to make a box, and I simply stapled this piece of screen on the bottom. I cut out a little space in the end here so that the material could be pushed through there, the heavier rocks and so forth. And to make a handle, I drilled approximately 1/2-inch holes on either end, and took some scrap rebar, and I had to waller it out a little bit. I took scrap rebar and I hammered it through to make it nice and solid. And so this is the screen box here, and then what I have underneath, I made a frame. Just enough where it will fit in here and allow the box to sit on top of it. And I can slide this backwards and forwards very easily in the hole, and so I'll go ahead and show you how I use it. But first of all, you may know it's very important to get all of the heavy materials, rocks and roots and sticks and so forth, get them thoroughly cleaned out of your garden, because if you don't, it will interfere with the ability of the roots to penetrate the soil and get moisture and nutrients and all that kind of good thing. So you can use this to clean out the beds initially. You could also use it in a regular type of garden, and you can also use this when you have compost and you want to add compost. You can use this. So I'll show you my particular system of how I use this. Well, you can see that I put this sled right over, it conveniently fits very nicely over a wheelbarrow, and so I put the sled part right onto my wheelbarrow, and that's how we'll start off, and set my screen box on top of it. So the first thing is to dig out the first part of the bed and filter that dirt into the wheelbarrow, and then that dirt will be used as the sled slides down and we clean it out. If we get to the very end, we're going to have a hole whereby we'll take what's in the wheelbarrow and dump it into that hole. So this works very easily, just to rotate this back and forth. The dirt is kind of wet because it rained yesterday, but it's probably a good idea to do this when your soil is drier, so the dirt won't be so heavy. And then I take and just knock it right off the end. So you can can see now I have moved along and I've filtered out, I've slid this thing down and I've filtered out all this soil back here, and now I'm moving it as I go. I'm getting near the end, and so here's how we do it. See all of the rocks and sticks and pieces of trash and all that are in my garden that I would not have been able to get out of here otherwise. I'm able to filter them out pretty easily. And I'm just dumping them off to the end where I'll come back later and rake them up and dispose of them. When I get a section done, I'll just slide this down and continue on. And as I was saying, when I get my end dug out here, then what I'm going to do is take my wheelbarrow that I got and that I started this with and dump it in here. And this is a really great way of a simple way of cleaning out your beds, adding compost later. And took me, maybe a couple hours to put all of this together. So hope you enjoy and got some useful use out of this demonstration.